Huh? What the heck are you doing here? Why would you go out of your way to come all the way out here? I literally cannot wrap my head around the nonsensicalness of it. What do you mean, why would I come? I got an invite, of course I was going to show up. How is that nonsensical? Wow, is this some kind of joke? I was clearly just being polite when I sent you that invite. You weren't supposed to take it seriously. Did you think I actually wanted you to come? Oh dear, what planet are you on, young lady? You're even more delusional than I thought. Well, I was on Earth last time I checked. What do you mean you were just being polite? And you thought I was delusional? Oh my God, that's just plain rude. I've never heard of anyone sending out a wedding invite just to be polite. What was I supposed to think? Just because you've never heard of it doesn't mean it's not a thing. Maybe if you ever left the house, you'd know a little more about the ways of the world. Oh wait, you don't have any friends and are too much of a weird, creepy loser to make any. Maybe I should go a little easier on you. I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. You always were, how to put it, a little ditzy, ignorant, a moron, a mix of the three. Anyway, I think you get the gist. To be honest, I always found it embarrassing to be around you. I lost count of how many times I had to pretend I didn't know you in front of the other kids. Wow, really? And there was me thinking we were friends. Huh? Me and you? Friends? Now I'm sure you must be living on another planet. I guess being a gloomy, friendless loser, I can't blame you for mistaking me. The only person who ever said hi to you for a friend. The thing is, babe, I never thought of you like that. I didn't even think of you as an acquaintance, let alone a friend. I see. Wow. I have to admit, this is all a lot to take in, Stacy. Tell me, did you hate me? Hate you? Oh, please. Don't be so dramatic. Hate would imply strong feeling. You weren't worthy of my hate. I didn't care about you enough to hate you. Rather than that, it was more that in my mind, you simply didn't exist at all. Maybe it sounds harsh, and I guess it kind of is, but that's the reality of life when you're a depressing, gloomy loser with no friends. Sure, I guess I can see why people thought I was gloomy. I had really low self-confidence and bad social anxiety back then. Still, I thought you were my friend. Your friend? You've got to be joking me. I can assure you beyond any shadow of a doubt that we most definitely, incontrovertibly, assuredly were not friends. We just happened to go to the same middle and high schools. Which part of that constitutes friendship? Next, you'll be telling me people you walk past in the streets are your friends. Sure, I guess, but you did message me a lot after we moved up to college, right? And you thought that meant I liked you? The only reason I messaged you is because I knew you were too weak to stand up for yourself and would do exactly as I told you, like a subservient little slave. You were just a convenient tool I kept around to do my bidding when I was in a pinch. What? Oh my God, are you being serious? You really thought that of me? Is that really all I was to you? Sure it was, hun. Does it really take me admitting it for you to understand? I always assumed you knew how much I held you in contempt. For example, when I lost on the horse racing, I was in dire need of money quickly, but didn't want to make my parents mad by borrowing any more from them. Or when I needed someone to drive me somewhere on short notice, I knew that if I asked you, you'd do anything for me, and you kinda just came to fill the role of the useful pushover in my life. Wow, really? So you mean I was like your personal ATM and chauffeur? Yep, I never thought of it like that, but that's a perfect description. If you had any common sense, you would have realized at the time. I'm guessing being a low IQ moron who can't stand up for herself or pick up on social cues has something to do with your abject failure to find a husband. Anyway, once I'm getting married, I won't need you anymore, so if you wouldn't mind, I'd like it if you stayed away from me for the rest of your life. Thanks, babe. You've been such a big help. Goodbye forever. Goodbye forever? But why? Surely your husband and your friends are different things. Why can't you have both? Why can't we still be friends after you get married? Or are you implying your husband is about to take my place as your personal ATM and chauffeur? Wow, you're dumber than I thought. Can't you understand basic English? There'd be no merit keeping you around once I get married. So I'm ditching you from my life. It's so simple, even a monkey could understand it. And sure, now that you mention it, my husband may prove to come in handy for a thing or two. I kept you around all this time because you were far too spineless to say no and did anything I told you to with no questions asked. But I'll be marrying Dick Masterson, the son of the CEO of Soylent Corp and one of the richest, most handsome young men in America real soon. Which means you'll have served your purpose and I won't be needing you anymore. Do you understand yet? Wow, your fiancé is the son of the CEO of Soylent Corp? Yep, it would appear so. He seems dead set on keeping it hidden from me for some reason. I don't know if it's because he's shy or something. But it's true. He's an up-and-coming corporate hotshot set to inherit one of the biggest companies in the world. Aren't I just the luckiest girl on earth? With this, my ascension into the ranks of the world-famous celebrities is set in stone. Soon, I'll be one of the chosen ones. You know, thinking about it, you should get down on your knees and thank me. Why? Because I, a beautiful, intelligent, funny, popular, modest, and soon-to-be filthy rich celeb, was kind enough to pretend to be your friend all this time. Sure, I can get down on my knees if it would make you happy. Do you want me to? Holy crap, are you for real? Do you have no pride whatsoever? How can you let me speak to you like this? Oh my God, my sides hurt. I'll get down on my knees 1,000 times for a friend as important to me as you are, Stacy. All right, you're starting to piss me off now. How many times do you want me to say it? We are not friends. Anyway, forget it. If you get down on your knees at my wedding, I'll never live to see the end of shame and embarrassment. Can you just save me the trouble and go home, please? Look, I'm asking nicely here. Your presence is making me cringe, and I want you to go. I see. Hey, moron, didn't you understand what I said to you earlier? Hurry up and get your ass away from my wedding. How much more obvious can I make it? Why are you loitering around the church like some kind of weirdo? I did want to sit down, but I couldn't find a seat with my name on it. Duh, because you weren't invited in the first place. Why would I prepare you a seat when you're patently not welcome here? But I have an invitation letter with my name on it. Why wouldn't you prepare me a seat? Besides, I even brought a wedding gift. I was looking forward to watching you get married. You could at least let me eat at the buffet. Those bagels look really good. Wow, you are literally the most disgusting, shameless person I've ever met. I actually feel sick reading this crap. Sure, of course, we're holding the wedding at a luxury high-end hotel, so naturally the buffet is going to be to die for. But you're deluded if you think a gloomy, low-IQ loser moron like you is intelligent and cultured enough to appreciate the complexity of the flavors on this buffet. No way, I can totally understand. Taste works by cells on the taste buds sending electrical signals to the brain. I am not talking about the scientific mechanism, you moron. You've got some nerve to be talking about brains when you're clearly brain dead. Ugh, there's no speaking to you. Why do I even bother? It's exactly this kind of inane bullcrap that makes you unsuitable to breathe the same air as me, let alone be my friend. Really? It's true, some people do call me ditzy, but if that means I can't be your friend, I'm really sad. Sorry if I annoyed you, Stacy. If you're really sorry, how about you prove it and disappear from this wedding right now? But you're my best friend, and I was looking forward to watching you get married. Best friend? Ugh, I've had it with you already. How many times are you gonna make me repeat myself? I haven't thought of you as my friend even once these last 20 years. I don't prepare seats for gloomy losers, so hurry up and disappear from my wedding. Fine, understood. I hope you guys have a happy life together. My happiness is none of your business.
Hey, Rachel, are you okay? Did you get food poisoning or something?
Huh? I've never had food poisoning. Not even once, ever since I was born. Why would you ask me that? That's kind of a random question.
Wow, you haven't had food poisoning even once since you were born? Well, I haven't seen you for like 30 minutes now, so I thought maybe something happened. I saw you earlier, so I thought maybe you had to dip out to the toilets or something.
Stacy told me I'm not welcome at the wedding and don't have a seat, so I went home.
Huh? What the heck? Stacy said that to you? Did I miss something? What exactly is going on here?
What's going on? Well, that's what's going on. It's like I just said. She told me she never once thought of me as a friend, not even once.
Well, I don't mean to be rude, but isn't that obvious? You guys did only just meet. Seriously, what are you talking about?
No, that's not true. Me and Stacy have known each other ever since middle school.
Huh? Wait, what?
We were especially close in middle school. We used to hang out with each other at recess every single day. We even sat next to each other in class. Neither of us had many friends, which is why I think we felt so comfortable with each other.
Wait a sec, are you kidding? You and Stacy were classmates back in middle school?
Yep. You went to live in Japan with your mom and dad after elementary school, right? That's why you never met her back then.
I can't make sense of any of this. Are you being serious? But if you and Stacy used to be classmates, why didn't you tell me?
I don't know. Maybe because you didn't ask me?
How am I supposed to ask you about something I don't know about in the first place? Oh, by the way, Rachel, were you and my fiancé classmates? Who asks that?
Not you, obviously. If you asked me, I would have told you.
Well, does Stacy know me and you were classmates back in elementary school?
No, I don't think she does. I never told her that either.
But why didn't you tell her?
'Cause she never asked me?
Fine, whatever. You won't tell people things unless they ask you, right? I get it. All right, well, tell me this. Why would Stacy ask you to leave the wedding when you guys got along back in middle school?
It's not just that we got along. I genuinely thought we were close friends. But it turns out she never thought of me as a friend, not even once. Apparently she was just using me the whole time.
Using you in what way?
There's nothing I wouldn't do for a friend.
Okay, so what does that mean? I still don't understand how she was using you. Did Stacy say something horrible to you or something?
I have the chat logs. One sec, I'll send everything. Hey, did you go home yet? I'm not sure what exactly is happening, but everyone seems to be kicking up a fuss over something. Did you try and sneak back into the hotel for the buffet or something after you left? Nope, I came home, I promise. I'm relaxing on the sofa with a hot chocolate reading my book. But if there's trouble, would it be best if I came back? I don't mind if you need me, really. What? Are you kidding me? Having a low IQ pea brain like you hanging around would only make whatever's happening here worse. Whatever, as long as you went home, I'm happy. Now that you mention it, the air does seem to be a little cleaner since you left. Has Dick still not said anything to you? Huh? Said anything to me about what? Well, apparently your wedding got canceled. Surely that's what everyone's kicking up a fuss about. Huh? My wedding? Canceled? What in heaven's name are you talking about? Anyway, who the hell do you think you are, casually bringing up my fiancé's name in conversation? Huh? Why wouldn't I? Anyway, I really think you should talk to Dick about this, not me. Oh, I see what's going on here. You're salty and bitter over getting kicked out of the wedding, so this is your feeble attempt at getting your own back on me, isn't it? Well, let me make one thing clear. Telling lies won't get you back into this wedding. All you're doing is proving how pathetic and jaded you are. I'm not lying at all, I promise. That's what Dick told me when we spoke earlier. He said he needs some time to reconsider whether marrying you is really what he wants. Stop it, Rachel. This is so tragic. It's bordering on comical. When would the likes of you ever get the opportunity to speak to my Dick? It would be one thing if you had his number, but you clearly don't. And sure, you may have been at the wedding for a little while, but there's no way you had any chance to speak to him with how busy he is today. How about you just admit you're lying and call it a day already? But I do have his number. Dick and I are childhood friends. Excuse me, what did you just say? The only reason I didn't tell you is because you never asked. It's not like I was hiding it or anything, it just never came up in conversation. You and Dick? Childhood friends? Oh, now I've heard it all. Your delusions are getting so ridiculous, you're actually scaring me now. Whatever, I'm done. There is nothing to be accomplished by speaking to you. I'm gonna block you now, so do yourself a favor and don't waste your time trying to message me. Oh my god, are you for real? You're really gonna block me? Dick, why does it look like you and your relatives are fighting over something? What's going on, baby?
Like I just told you, the wedding's on hold for a little while. It doesn't look like these guys are about to calm down anytime soon.
But why are they going so crazy? I don't understand why you guys are fighting with each other. Did something happen? I don't mind us holding off for an hour or two if it can't be helped, but I have no idea what's going on and I'm starting to get kind of worried.
Listen, Stacy, I'm just gonna come straight out with it. It's looking like we're gonna have to call the wedding off.
What? But why?
That's what I'm arguing with my relatives over, so I need you to give me some time to see if I can't calm them down.
But why? Why would we call the wedding off? I don't understand. You must be fighting with them to save the wedding, right?
No, I'm the one who wants to call the whole thing off. But my relatives won't accept what I'm saying and seem determined to dig their heels in. God, they're so stubborn.
What? What do you mean? Why would you want to call the wedding off?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. Why are you playing dumb? Quit wasting my time. You should have heard from Rachel just now.
Wait, what? You mean she was telling the truth?
Of course she was. Why would she lie? I'm considering divorce. I'm considering just not marrying you in the first place. When I got up to go over and tell you in person, my relatives held me back and wouldn't let me, even though it's my frickin' wedding in the first place.
But why? Why won't you tell me the reason? How can you just throw away what we have like this? Am I nothing to you? Have you no heart?
Did Rachel tell you about how me and her are childhood friends?
What? You mean that was true as well?
Of course it was. Why do you doubt everything she says? Rachel isn't a liar. Everything she told you is true. She showed me your chat logs with her.
What? She showed those to you? From when?
All the crap you sent her earlier today. You know, the stuff about you not preparing her a seat, abusing her with a cruel barrage of insults and personal attacks, and ordering her to go home.
No, that was... It was just a prank. Oh, yes, that's right. A prank. I didn't mean any of it.
Cut the crap. It's not a prank if you actually made her go home, is it? No. I finally know what kind of person you really are now. You're a no-good, narcissistic disgrace of a human being who takes advantage of the good nature of others for your own personal gain.
No, that's not true. It wasn't like that, I swear. She was always the one who initiated things, you know? Like, she'd always offer to do things for me, and I guess I just couldn't say no.
I see. So you're claiming this is all her fault, is that right?
Yes, exactly. I mean, using the word fault makes it sound weird, but she always offered to help me out whenever I was in a pinch. It's not like I ever asked her to do things for me, but at the same time, I didn't see any reason to refuse her kind offers.
In that case, why did you abuse her in those messages and order her to leave the wedding?
Well, that was, there's a perfectly good explanation, I swear.
You're such a shameless lowlife. You're such a disgraceful snake that you kicked your friend who'd go to the ends of the earth to help you and literally has repeatedly over the last 20 years out of your wedding after hurling a torrent of hurtful abuse at her. Surely you understand this isn't the behavior of a decent human being. Heck, this isn't even the behavior of someone mentally healthy. You're sick.
No, you're getting this all wrong, Dick. There are some things that only us girls and that only friends can understand. You had to be there. It made sense at the time. You don't have anything to do with mine and Rachel's relationship, right? Surely you must know you're commenting on things you don't understand here. I don't want to sound rude, but I'd be super grateful if you just left us alone.
Nope. No can do. I can't watch you disrespect and abuse my childhood friend while standing by doing nothing. Oh yeah, and one other thing. How the hell do you know my dad's the CEO of Soylent Corp?
Huh?
I haven't told anyone about that, least of all you. I haven't told anyone about my family's involvement with Soylent Corp, and I can't for the life of me figure out how you know. I hadn't even told Rachel, and she's my frickin' childhood friend.
But that's not true. You told me, babe, don't you remember? I'll come to think of it, I think you might have had a few beers. I guess you were just a little drunk and forgot the next day?
I haven't had a beer in over 10 years, idiot, but you knew that, didn't you?
I guess maybe I did.
It all makes sense now. That's why you made all your advances against me, isn't it? You knew I was set to become CEO of Soylent Corp one day, and that's why you inserted yourself into my life and went on your charm offensive.
No way. Oh, it's not like that at all. I swear. Oh my God, if only you knew how wrong you are. I promise you, baby, I only found out after we started dating. I didn't have the faintest idea when we met. Please, you have to believe me.
With this, my ascension into the ranks of world-famous celebrities is set in stone. Why don't you tell me who said that, Stacy?
No. That was just a lighthearted joke between friends. I didn't mean it. I swear. Please, Dick, please believe me.
A lighthearted joke between friends? That's funny. I thought you said you'd never thought of Rachel as a friend.
Well, you see, oh, just wait a second, please. Baby, you're not serious about this whole calling off the wedding business, are you? You wouldn't throw away what we have so easily, would you? Please reconsider, baby. I'm begging you, please.
I trust you less with every word you say. There's absolutely no way I'm marrying you now. I wouldn't do it even if you paid me $1 million.
But your relatives are opposed to calling it off, right?
Sure, but they're only thinking about protecting the company's image and their own precious reputations. They just want to avoid the embarrassment of people finding out someone in their family's wedding got canceled on the day of the ceremony.
Aha! Well, in that case, I think we better go ahead with it.
I don't live my life to protect my family's company or the reputations of others. I live my life for me. Besides, you must be insane if you think I'd even dream of marrying the kind of scumbag who insults my childhood friend. Rachel didn't deserve any of the crap you said to her, and you should be ashamed of yourself. You make me feel physically sick, and I never want to see you again. Goodbye.
No, wait, don't do this. You're my special love muffin, and I can't bear to lose you. No. Oi, Rachel, are you there? You need to come and fix this mess at once. What am I supposed to do if my wedding gets canceled? Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. Huh? Didn't you block me? Sure, but I just unblocked you. You should be grateful. Anyway, forget about that. You need to come back to this hotel and do something about the shit show that's unfolding here as soon as possible. If you don't, Dick's going to cancel the wedding. Going? Future tense? I already told you, Stacy, the wedding already got canceled. Past tense. Everyone's going home already, right? No! I won't accept it. This wedding can still be saved. I just know it. There are still a few people here. We can still do this. Burying your head in the sand isn't going to change anything, Stacy. I know it sucks, but the sooner you accept it, the less painful it'll be for you in the long run. Dick's always been the thoughtful but decisive type. He can sometimes take a while to make his mind up, but when he does, he means it. Quit talking about my husband like you know him. If he was thoughtful, he wouldn't do something as reckless as canceling our goddamn wedding. This surpasses the bounds of common sense. I mean, dumped on my own wedding day? This is only supposed to happen in the movies. Now quit babbling and get your ass down here and convince people to stop leaving. I don't know. Dragging myself back out there would be kind of awkward. I'm comfy on the sofa with my book now. Besides, I have a viewing booked for this evening. Huh? A viewing? Like on a house? Yep, I decided to move. You booked a viewing with a frickin' real estate agent after I kicked you out of the wedding? How the hell does your mind work? Huh? Is that weird? Is there supposed to be a way I was supposed to behave after being kicked out? I've always been a seize the day and take the bull by the horns kind of gal. Anyway, I need to get ready and head out soon, so I can't come now. Ugh, come to think of it, you've always been like this. I never did know what was going on in that head of yours. You sure were damn good at giving me the creeps. Was this your plan all along? Did you do it on purpose? Huh? What's that supposed to mean? You think I didn't notice how you played on your eccentric girl act to get attention from the boys in college? I was nothing but your tag-along while you got all the attention. Ugh, even thinking about it now gets me riled up. It was all an act, wasn't it? You were just playing a character to hide your true, unlovable self and get as much male attention as possible. Nope, I was just doing my darndest to live my best life. If that's a crime, sue me. Hang on, wait a sec. Are you saying I was popular in college? No way, I always thought you were way more popular than me. Huh? Think about it, you were always super kind. Sure, maybe people thought I was interesting and maybe kind of peculiar, but you were pretty much universally well-liked, plain and simple. You were the only one who ever listened to the things I had to say and actually took me seriously. No way, I never took you seriously. You're way off the mark if that's what it seemed like. But everyone else always poked fun at the way I spoke or the turns of phrase I used. They were so obsessed with how I came across that they never stopped to consider what I was actually saying. That's why I always loved you, Stacy. I thought you were great. I thought we were friends. Are you trying to make me feel bad? Huh? Do you feel bad? But why would I try to do that? Would I gain from it somehow? Yeah, well, of course you would. Anyway, you and Dick were childhood friends, right? You said I was your best friend, but you obviously had others. Dick moved to Japan with his mom and dad when we graduated elementary school. You knew he was raised in Japan and speaks fluent Japanese, right? Of course I know that. Of course, we met every year when he came back for Christmas, and we did stay in touch. But he was ultimately still a world away. There was only ever one person who was there for me through thick and thin. You. Ugh, is this another one of your stratagems? Are you trying to make me say sorry or something? No, nothing like that. It's just that, well, if this is the last time we'll ever speak, I may as well get everything I want to say off my chest, right? Anyway, I really should head off. I know you're probably about to go through some really stressful times, but I want you to stay strong. You're an amazing person, and I just know there's nothing you can't do if you put your mind to it. Huh? Wait, what? Hang on a sec. I thought we were about to make friends. Nope. Sorry, Stacy. I think this has to be the end for me and you. I don't know what'll happen between you and Dick, because that's between you and Dick, but as for me and you, yeah, no. What? But I thought you saw me as your best friend. Surely you'll give your best friend one last chance. I've already been abandoned by everyone else, but now you as well? What am I supposed to do? I'll never be able to make it in this world on my own. But you're the one who abandoned me. Anyway, bye. No, wait, let's make friends. We're best friends, right? Right? We go all the way back to middle school, right? Huh? Best friends? Oh, don't worry about that. It's just like you said earlier. I don't think of you as my friend at all anymore.
Rachel, I'm so sorry about everything that happened with Stacy. It must have really sucked for you to hear her say all that stuff. You didn't deserve any of it.
No kidding. You really should have done something about her before it reached the stage of getting married.
I would have if I'd had any idea what she was like before the wedding. I am grateful, though. Thanks to you, I found out what she was really like and dodged the bullet of a lifetime. I hope you don't let what happened get you down.
Huh? Why would I feel down?
What? You got betrayed by your best friend. That's obviously gotta suck, right? It wouldn't be strange if your head was in a really dark place right now.
But Stacy said it herself. She never thought of me as a friend, not even once. That's why I'm not sad at all.
Oh, I see. You move on from things quickly, huh?
It's not that I moved on. She said we were never friends, so I wasn't sad to begin with. Surely this whole thing was a bigger blow for you than it was for me. You just lost your fiancé.
Don't worry about me. I may be single again, but I learned some valuable lessons that'll stay with me forever.
That's the spirit. It's important to look on the bright side at times like this. All right, well, good luck finding the next one.
Thanks. One thing's for sure. The next time I meet someone, I'll make sure to ask if they're your childhood friend first.
After that, I heard that Stacy's entire family were disgusted with the way she'd behaved towards me on the wedding day. With that, moving back in with her parents was no longer an option, so apparently she lives alone in a small apartment in our hometown now. I got a few messages from unknown numbers that seemed awfully like Rachel begging for forgiveness. But ever since she told me she never saw me as a friend, I lost all interest in having anything to do with her. So I blocked her immediately every time. I do sometimes wonder what she's up to these days. But she's not my friend, and prying into the affairs of strangers is just plain rude, even if it's only in your head. A few years after the events of today's story, Dick found himself a new girlfriend. This time, she wasn't my childhood friend. Which is why something tells me that this time, they'll actually make it to the end of the wedding. My only concern is that when Dick gets busy with family life, I won't have anyone to keep me company. So, I think it's about time I found myself a boyfriend too. Hey, you're doing all of this without telling me again? I swear this has to be close to the 15th time you've done this to me. What's that? I never did anything wrong, did I? I plan to be away on vacation for a little while, so you can watch him for a couple of days. You would love that, wouldn't you? I don't mind you bringing him over when you have something going on, but I feel bad that Luke has to go through this so often with you. At this rate, you're making it look like I'm more of his mother than you are. He'll be all right. Luke happens to like his aunt a lot, actually. But not as much as me, of course, so don't think he'll get that attached to you. His aunt? Shelby, you and Drake already had your divorce, making me nothing to you anymore, right? All I am is a stranger, so you need to stop acting like I'm still your sister-in-law or whatever. But wasn't it you who said you couldn't sit with the idea of me taking full custody of my son after all of that went down? I'm trying to be a good person now by letting my son stay with the person who thought she could take better care of him than me. Thank me for that, please. The reason I was saying that wasn't because I wanted to be his mother, but because I want him to be free from having a terrible woman like you as his mother. But that's too bad because he's still my child legally. I'm sure that really kills Drake to have to live with now, doesn't it? Knowing that the one person he doesn't want his son around at all now has full custody of him. But I was the one that had to go through all the pain of carrying him as a baby and giving birth to him, so it's only fair that I get to be his mother still, right? The reason that divorce had to happen, though, was because you cheated on Drake. Drake was always saying those same things to me, but where's the evidence? You guys can't say crap about me when you don't even have the evidence needed to prove I was sleeping with another man. But Drake literally saw you out walking with another man while you both were holding hands. He even saw that man lean in for a kiss and you accepted it. Also, you'd been leaving the house at strange times during the night for a long time, never telling your husband anything about where you were going. And then you wouldn't even reply to him when he asked when you'd be home and things like that. That was just his misunderstanding of what I was doing, because I was just going out to have a little freedom was all. Not my fault that I was exhausted from having to be home all day with Luke, right? Even when we were having the divorce, he wasn't actually able to prove that I'd been cheating on him, so could you please lay off me now? Honestly, being married to such a stuck-up and serious man like him was never going to work for me anymore anyway. Then tell me, this vacation you're going on right now is with who? What? Obviously, I'm going with my new lover, but he was a lover that I made after I got divorced from Drake. What's so wrong with that? Is his name Kyle by any chance? The same man that you were cheating on Drake with? Come on now. Would you quit trying to say things like that about him and leave us alone? You're getting on my nerves now. You're right that I'm with Kyle right now, but back when I was married to Drake, Kyle and I were just friends. How many more times do you want me to explain that to you until you're satisfied? Like, seriously, you never had any evidence proving that I was cheating on Drake with Kyle. That's it. Is there anything else you'd like to say to me now? Why, if you took full custody of Luke, would you be leaving him with me now and not taking him with you? Did you not take full custody of the boy because you love him so much? Of course I took it because I love my son. I took full custody because I love him and because I wanted to annoy Drake. I didn't want him to have any part of Luke after calling me a cheating woman. To annoy Drake? That's one of your reasons for taking full custody of Luke? Luke is very special to me, and I've been doing a great job taking care of him. But this trip I'm going on now is just meant for Kyle and I, since it's going to be a very romantic one. So I just wanted to leave him with you for a little bit. That should be fine with you, right? For a bit? You did this exact same thing with Luke last week. Shut the hell up, you old bitch. I don't care what you have to say, so shut your mouth and take care of the little brat. All I'm asking you for is to be quiet and do your job. What the hell is wrong with you? So please take great care of him again for me, please and thank you. Kyle and I are going to spread our wings and fly to a brand new world. Huh? What are you going on about right now? I'm saying that Kyle and I are about to go and travel the world together. I think you as well need to get out there and adventure a little bit more like the both of us are, all right? Because you're always around your house acting so serious, to the point your life is a bore. And what is this you're thanking me for? You know who I'm talking about, Luke. Having to take him on a trip all around the world would be a pain in the ass for me, so I'm leaving him with you. Hold it right there. I'm away on a business trip right now and I'm not at home. I can't go back there right now, and I made sure to tell you about this before, right? Huh? You're away on a business trip right now? Then what are you going to do about this? You're asking me that question? Go have him stay somewhere else before you leave. I'm sure that someone can take him for you. But they're all going to ask me for money. Not happening. No way that's happening. Come on now, go back home. I'm asking you to seriously go home. And by the way, I'll give Drake custody of Luke now because he's been a real pain in the ass. Seriously. What the hell are you talking about? I'm on a business trip right now. There is no way I can go all the way back to my home right now. And what's this about you wanting to give custody to Drake now? Calling Luke a pain in the ass like that? Are you playing games with me right now? I'm not screwing around, all right? Now shut the hell up with all your yapping about this. Such a goddamn pain in the ass. Every one of you frickin' idiots is useless to me. Anyway, until you can find a place that will take Luke for you, you cannot leave the country with your boyfriend. And if you just leave him out in my yard like last time, nobody is going to be able to find him and take care of him. All right, okay. I guess I can take him to some distant family member's house and have them take him. What's all this BS about your business trip anyway? Not like you're working an important job anyway. Stop taking your anger out on me now, I have nothing to do with your life anymore ever since Drake and you got that divorce. This is literally killing me right now. Go and tell Drake to take him off my hands right now. How do you think I'm going to do that? Drake and I haven't really been talking to one another lately, and can't you tell him to do that for you? I deleted his contact information a long time ago, all right? And the phone that he gave to Luke, I also made sure to wipe clean so that his dad's information wasn't on it. Don't tell me you're the type of sad woman who keeps all her ex's contacts after breaking up with them. We're not talking about me right now. Well, whatever. See ya, you useless sister-in-law.
So that's what's been going on. Thank you so much for sending me that message.
No problem, and that's why I'm seriously worried about Luke right now. If you're okay with it, do you mind going out to Shelby's place and checking on how things are going with her and Luke?
Understood. I have no idea what she plans on putting Luke through, so I'll run over there and have a look. There's always a chance that she just left and ran off with that Kyle guy without telling anyone.
Shelby, being the kind of trash she is, that's more than just a chance. I'm sorry, Drake. You're the only person who seems to be able to go and deal with this right now.
No, I'm the one who feels sorry for you. Until now, you've always been the one having to deal with Shelby's selfishness. Taking care of Luke for her when she drops him off unannounced.
Not a problem. For me, being with Luke from time to time makes me really happy.
But you have a full-time job as it is, which means that taking on Luke like that is a huge deal, right? Had I been able to get custody of him, I could be the one taking care of him right now.
There was nothing you could do about that. You ended up having to go back to Mom and Dad's place and take over the family business. You've also been so far away from here for a bit now, so you can't blame yourself for all of this.
Right. That's right. I just got off the bus and will be getting on the subway now to head over to her place. So please, forget about her please and go back to work. I'll take good care of Luke now.
Thank you so much, Drake. I'm sorry having to tell you about all of this when you yourself are so busy.
It's all good. He happens to be my son after all, not yours. I hate having to hear my own sister saying thank you to me for doing the obvious.
That's a very good point. He doesn't happen to still be your son, even if Shelby doesn't want you to be. Wow, that was really the best experience I've ever had so far. I think for you especially, Ellie, you need to go out and see the rest of the world so that you can enjoy it all too. Huh? What are you talking about? Did you only just now come back? That's right. I came back from my travels safe and sound. You missed me a lot, right? Taking that long trip all around the world was the best vacation ever and so much fun for me. Sorry for leaving my son with you for a whole year to take care of. Where is that kid at right now? What? I didn't take any kids. What? I was on a business trip at the time you left and said that I wouldn't be able to care for him, right? What happened since then? Wait, but I wasn't able to find anyone else that could take care of him for free, and with no time left, I just went and dropped him off at your front door. Huh? What the hell were you thinking, Shelby? What the hell did you think was going to happen, leaving your kid in front of a house while nobody was there? Wait, even if you didn't come back home to find him, I thought that at least someone from your family would come by and find him. If you think about it like that, it makes sense, right? What the hell are you going on about? I live by myself, and none of my family lives close enough to me to be stopping by. What? Is that right? I can't believe you. You really have no clue about anything, do you? And by the way, even if you didn't know that, why, for the past year, have you not said anything to me? Because after all the times you said no to me, I thought you'd get mad at me again if I went and said anything else to you about it. I didn't want to bring up the fact that I did just end up leaving him at your house and such. Unbelievable. Are you really a full-grown adult, Shelby? Then, wait, where is Luke at right now? What am I going to do here? Damn it, why would something like this happen to me? Honest to God, what if someone went and kidnapped him after they found him sitting on my porch all alone? God, I was finally able to become this single mother and everything and get all that money from the government because of it. What? Being a single mother means that I get tax write-offs and money from the government, right? Although it really wasn't as much money as I thought it would be. Thankfully, Kyle has a lot of money still, so I just used the money the government gave me on myself and have been supported by him. Which means that even without Luke, I'm going to be all right. What the hell is going on here? Are you not even worried about Luke right now? I'm still worried about him. I hope that he's doing all right wherever he is right now. Also, him being out of my sight right now is something that could affect me in very bad ways, so I have to be worried about him. You are the worst. So the only thing you really care about with Luke is that he allows you to get money from the government? You find out that he's gone, and the first thing you're going to be worried about is where your money will come from? I seriously can't believe this. Listen here, Ellie. Someone like you who's never had a child of their own before might not understand this, but being a single mother is a very tough life. You have no other choice but to be worried about money all the time. Do you hear what I'm saying? A mother that leaves her son out on someone else's porch when they're not home to take him and leaves the country for 1 year has not had it tough. Shut your goddamn mouth. You can't preach to me about any of this when you've never been a mother before. Also, the fact that we've lost Luke now is also partially your fault, right? You left your house like that to go away for work, so him not having a place to stay and be cared for is all your fault. Jesus, by this point, I don't even know what to say about you. But this will all be over soon. I understand more than I need to now. Huh? What are you talking about? Luke is currently being taken care of by Drake right now. What? At that time, I was really worried about whether or not you'd find a place for Luke to stay and figured you'd just leave him at your house or mine. So I asked that Drake go to your house and see what was going on with you and Luke. But when he arrived there, neither of you were home, and so as he was heading back to our parents' house, I asked him to stop by my place and look around. And that's when he saw Luke out in my yard, bawling his eyes out. So that's what ended up happening. Well, if that's the case, then why didn't you tell me anything sooner? You made me get so worked up over nothing, Ellie. I had to confirm just how much you cared about being Luke's mother, and see just what you were after when you took full custody of him. I wanted to see how you would act after hearing that your son had gone missing after you left him here for a year. And when you heard that he was missing, you started to worry about money and blame me for your mess. That right there confirmed that you are not a good mother at all for Luke. I was worried about my son, so of course I was saying all kinds of things. Now that I know you guys have him, give him back. You guys are thieves. Also, having Drake take care of Luke when he doesn't even have custody of him at all is a crime. I'm going to tell the police about this now, and then that'll be the end of him and you. Do you really think the police are going to listen to what a woman like you has to say after you abandoned your son for a whole year to run around the world with your boyfriend and Drake was the only one who stepped in to care for Luke? What? Hey, I needed some time to take a break from all the stress. For a whole year. I don't think anyone is going to agree with calling that a break from all your stress. Hey, what the hell? Do you really think you can turn me into the police over something like this? As a single mother, I was going through a lot of tough times. Tough times, huh? Well, once you have a talk with the police, you'll understand why this was such a problem. And at the very least, there might be something else the police are going to want from you that Kyle has been trying to hide for a long time. What? Hold on a second. What are you saying right now? What kind of thing are you talking about? You know just as well as I do that Kyle is the leader of a group of scammers, correct? You may call it a vacation around the world to relax and run from your stresses, but to him he was using it as a way to escape the law. And the evidence for that is you coming back to the US without him. Kyle's still out there somewhere, isn't he? Kyle is he being chased by the police right now? Of course he is. One of the people in his group of scammers was caught, and when that happened, Kyle took you and ran from the US to go hide in other countries around the globe. Didn't you ever wonder why he randomly invited you to leave the country with him for a while like that? It's true, he did just randomly invite me to leave with him, and that's the reason I didn't have a lot of time to find someone to take care of Luke. I always felt that Kyle wasn't working a very good job, but I seriously never thought he'd be the leader of a scammer group. I see. Well, none of that really matters now. What? Wait, my house. I can't get the front door to open to my house. Ah, when your parents found out about what happened with you, they had your lease on the house ended. Which means that right now, someone else is most likely calling that place their home. And that's why you can't seem to get the door open anymore, right? Huh? Why? Why would they do that to me? When your parents learned that their own daughter abandoned their granddaughter and then left the country with her boyfriend, they stopped worrying about helping you pay your rent and said that they'd be cutting ties to you. They're cutting ties to me? Oh, hold on a second, please. That's not good for me, though, if they do that. Wait a second, why the hell were you going and telling my parents about all of this? Because at one point it was very important for us to have a talk with your family. We needed to take away your custody over Luke, after all. What? I'm the only one that's allowed to have custody of Luke, though. You think I'd ever let a man like Drake take him away from me? Hey, Drake, you give Luke back to me right now. You're never going to have custody of Luke.
Just cut it out already. You and I are going to court right now. When we're there with my lawyer and a judge, we can talk about everything you've done. It seems that the judge made a mistake last time and would like to hand over full custody to me for Luke.
That's not going to happen. Luke is my son. And you having him in your possession right now is child abduction. I'm going to call the police about this right now and have them get Luke back for me.
Go ahead and do that then. But they all know already that you are not to be trusted, and that they're going to need to speak with you now regarding all of this. If I were you, I'd forget about getting the police involved in this.
Who do you think you are talking to me like that? All you are is a lame man who got cheated on by his smoking hot wife.
So you're confessing to having cheated on me then? That helps a lot out now.
No, I was not. I wasn't talking about myself there.
You're the only woman I was ever married to, Shelby. You're the only person I could ever label as my wife.
You have it all wrong. I was just saying that as an example, actually. I never once said that I was the one who cheated on you.
Say what you will, but now I'm really looking forward to taking you to court over the custody of Luke. Both of your parents no longer love you anymore and won't be around to help. And soon enough here, your boyfriend Kyle is going to be getting arrested. And at that point, you will have nobody, leaving you with no way of fighting back, right?
What the hell is this? So you think you've already won against me? You should be thanking me for ever marrying an ugly man like you and letting you dump a load in me to make that brat.
What the hell about me do you not like so much?
Huh? You were always so serious about everything that you bored the hell out of me. Do you still not get that about yourself? How much of a stick in the sand you are to be married to?
I honestly haven't put any thought into that.
When someone's husband is as boring and serious as you were, of course they're going to want to cheat, right? And when it comes to Luke, he's just going to be raised to become just as boring as you. Is that what you want for the kid?
I think it's a good thing to raise a serious person in this day and age.
Then that's going to be one hell of a boring time then. Well, so be it. Then you can go ahead and thank me for allowing you to take care of him.
Why would I ever thank you for any of what you've done to us? Are you done blabbering yet? You just confessed to having cheated on me. That means I can get a fat settlement out of you now.
I'm not paying you squat, Drake, especially not over something like that. I never even cheated on you like you continue to say I did. Go ahead and whine about it if you want. But you'd never be able to do that because you are the most boring loser in the world.
Suit yourself. Did you hear all that? After Kyle had been arrested by the international police, he was taken back to the States and questioned about everything. And during that questioning, he confessed to having been with you while you were married to me. That right there means I can confidently get a settlement from you now.
Hey, you understand what's going to happen, right? I can't pay something like a settlement right now. I don't even have a house to sleep in right now. So you really think that I have any money?
Well, when the judge has his moment to speak with you, you'll learn that there's something called a job where you make that money from. You're going to have to take responsibility for your actions one way or another, Shelby.
And that right there is that boring ass talk I've always hated. How about you lend me some money, you dumbass?
Who the hell would give you anything now? I'm the one who's getting the money from you. Also, I'll be getting child support from you from now on. So please make sure you have the money to pay.
Huh? Why the hell?
Because I had to pay you child support all this time, right? But now that I'm going to be Luke's parent, you have to start paying me.
Always going on and on about you have the right to this and how you have the right to that. That is the freaking reason why all you serious idiots are boring as hell.
I don't care that I'm boring. You're going to pay me that settlement and child support. I already have a lawyer working with me, and you're not going to be able to escape.
First and foremost, how is something like cheating such a bad thing anyway? Everyone knows it's the one who gets cheated on's fault.
Shut your freaking mouth. You can discuss all that with the judge.
You are such a dick, Drake. All I'm asking for is a little bit. You should already know the kind of terrible situation I'm in now, right? All you have to do is give me a little bit and I'll stop asking. You really have some balls thinking you could come to me asking for some money. I had no other choice. There isn't anyone else for me to ask for help from anymore. I have no house, I have no money, and I've been sleeping under a tree for weeks now. And on top of that, Drake is now getting a settlement and child support from me. When that happens, I'll be in serious trouble. And that's what we call you getting what you asked for, right? Thankfully, that has nothing to do with me now. Luckily, Drake was able to get the confession from you he'd been needing, and your boyfriend even opened up about how you'd been with him while married to Drake. I wanted to throw a frickin' party now to celebrate your coming demise. You want to throw a party? Seriously, go screw yourself, Ellie. I have no reason to be helping you at all. Just go rot in hell somewhere and take that time to think about all the horrible things you've done there. You two boring-ass frickin' siblings are the worst. Always talking like you both know everything about everything to the point you both look like total nerds. You may have wanted a lot of adventure in your life before, but all you were ever doing is going out with the ringleader of a group of scammers. I have no idea why you think so highly of yourself for cheating on your husband with a criminal before. What? I just don't want to live the same dull lives that all of you are living. Are you all having fun following the rules like Drake always is? We are. The fact that none of us have to end up like you is very fun for us.
Hey, do you really find me being serious and all boring?
What's gotten into you all of a sudden, Drake?
Well, I was just told all that again by Shelby.
Wait, are you saying that what she said has gotten to you now? You really are a bit soft sometimes, aren't you, Drake?
Hey, I know that I don't really have to care about anything she says to me, but I have kind of wondered if that's the truth or not.
You're fine, Drake. She told me the same exact things before.
Wait, she did?
You and I both being siblings does kind of make sense, since we're both very serious about our lives, and that may seem a bit boring to others. But here's the thing. If there aren't serious people like us out there in the world living our lives a bit boringly, then things won't ever get done. I can see you being a bit more dull than a lot of other people are, but I find that to be a very good trait in regards to a lot of things.
Is that so? Well, if that's the case, then that's fine. But Ellie, do you mind me saying something about this? Calling someone serious and boring has the word boring in it, which isn't a very good thing, right?
Now you're being a bit too serious. After that, Shelby was taken to court where she was told she'd be losing custody of her son and would have to pay Drake a settlement for having an affair during their marriage and child support. That sent her down the path of having to borrow a lot of money and put her in a lot of debt with a loan shark. Kyle was taken to federal prison as he had scammed over $20,000 with his group, and Shelby's parents both cut ties to her and disowned her from their family. It turns out that Kyle didn't only commit a bunch of felonies in the US, though, and that he had been working worldwide scamming people. So let's just say that it was a good thing for Shelby to never associate herself with the kind of work he was doing, or she'd be spending a lot of time in prison right alongside him and his group right now. Shelby would, however, be told later on that she could never be allowed near Luke again and would have a restraining order placed on her by Drake. With literally no one around helping her out anymore, Shelby became a woman of the streets, making a new home near a dumpster behind a pizza shop. I'm not sure what all she's doing every day to pay off that debt, but if she doesn't get to it soon, her life might actually be on the line. And knowing the loan sharks in this city, when they get upset with her, there's not going to be a hair left after they've had their way. Perhaps someone like her will start running, though. Maybe hitchhiking on a train or something that can take her to the other side of the country. But that's not going to be enough for her to escape them and will only be prolonging the inevitable. Thankfully for Drake and I, having been very serious and living our boring lives, we never had to end up like she did. Currently, Drake is still living with my parents at their house while the three of them continue to raise Luke. Luke is really taking after a lot from Drake as he continues to grow, and I can't wait to see him turn out as serious and boring as his father is. Well, maybe he shouldn't be raised to become as serious and boring as his father, but just a tad bit would be good. Long time no see, Isabel. Are you planning on coming out to my wedding? It's only in a couple more weeks now, and I'm sure you've heard about it, right? So you've really decided to get married then? At first I thought that I just misheard something and that you were going to wait a while longer. But this is great news. Congratulations. I plan to go to your wedding once Thomas and I have gotten the invitation from you. Oh, I was thinking about doing a stand-up lunch for my wedding party, but I guess that's going to be impossible for you, right? Because of that body of yours, right? I feel a little bit bad for you, but oh well, I guess. Maybe you're just going to have to sit my wedding out then. Again with those offensive comments? Is it really that fun for you to pick on me still because I'm in a wheelchair? You must never get tired of all those awful remarks. Well, it's just crazy that I have to have a sister-in-law who's a cripple of all things. Why, out of all the women my brother could have had, did he choose to marry you? All of those women he dated before were so cute and fun to talk to and could actually walk. But you? I'm not sure you should really be saying things like that about me. It's very rude and makes you seem like a narrow-minded bigot. You think that's rude? Oh, wait, does this mean that you have all the same kinds of emotions as us normal people do? I never thought you had the same thoughts and feelings as the rest of us, considering you can't walk. I thought all of you were more like animals and just went around eating and sleeping with not much going on behind those eyes. How dare you say something like that about us? What is the point in saying all of those cruel things, really? Are you just that happy to make fun of someone who can't walk at all? Or is there something else entirely that's going on? I really want to have the perfect wedding, you get that, right? So I was wondering if you could come without the wheelchair for me? You can at least move a little bit without it, right? Just a little. And if that's too much for you, how about you try crawling in? Sure, that'll go and ruin whatever dress you wear, but it's not like anything you have on will be brand clothing, right? Melina, how about you stop making fun of me like that right now? If you continue to carry on making fun of me over and over like that, you're going to end up really regretting it. People like you that are pretty much bound to your wheelchair, what's the point in keeping you all around? It's not like any of you guys have real jobs like us normal people and just cause trouble for all those around you. If all you guys are good for is causing trouble for the rest of us, you're better off just not existing, right? What are you wanting to say here? Had I stopped my brother from marrying you before it was too late, things would be a lot better for all of us now. He could be with one of those pretty girls from before that were a whole lot more fun to talk with. I should have told him to not go around women who are crippled like you are. It seems you don't have anything else important to say to me anymore, so can we call it here? Also, we're going to be seeing one another again very soon at the family gathering. Before that day comes, though, I think it's best you fix that attitude of yours towards me. If you continue to say things like that about me, you're only going to make yourself more enemies. And what would happen if the man you want to make your husband finds out about what you say to me? As long as you don't go around saying needless things to him, he'll never find out. Don't even tell my brother about all of this. He got really upset at me before for something like this, and I will not let that happen again. If you understand that all the things you're saying to me are enough to make people upset, then you should probably stop saying them, right? If you carry on with treating me like you did today, I'm going to have to think some more about what to do about you. I'm sorry, but wheelchair-bound trash like yourself can say all you want, but none of it is going to scare me. All you really are is useless garbage. So how about you go and make yourself home in the nearest trash can? I see. Well, congrats on the marriage and everything then. I look forward to seeing you again at the family gathering and the wedding. Considering that you don't even have a proper job, the only thing you can look forward to are those kinds of things. Seriously, what a pitiful life you're having to live over there. Doesn't it make you depressed that you can't even go to the beach or go on a roller coaster? I've told you plenty of times now that I'm not unemployed, right? And I can still enjoy plenty of really fun things that most would think would be impossible for me. By the way, when it comes to you yourself, Melina, you're not working at all, are you? You might be able to do all of those fun things, but you don't have the money to go out and do any of them, right? I can actually walk, which means that if I wanted to work a proper job, I could do it in a heartbeat. Is that right? Well, I'm happy you believe in something like that. Anyway, I'll see you later. We'll see about that.
I'm in disbelief right now. I never thought that Melina's sister-in-law would turn out to be you, Isabel.
I'm just as surprised as you are. When you sent me your invitation and I saw that you'd be getting married to Melina, I guess some coincidences really do happen.
A while back, I realized that she had the same last name as you, which stayed on my mind for some time. I thought that perhaps you were a cousin or something, but it turns out you're her sister-in-law of all people. I look forward to seeing you at our wedding.
And I look forward to seeing you there too. As for Melina and I, we don't actually talk to one another all that much. But I'm sure that over time, she'll begin to soften up a little around me.
What? What do you mean by that exactly?
Nothing at all. That's something between her and I. By the way, Gage, have you not spoken with Melina at all yet about the kind of work you're doing?
What? I've talked with her about it before. Now, if she was actually listening to me or not, that's the real question.
I see. I guess when it comes to her, she does seem to get sidetracked a lot and ends up missing out on most of the conversation.
So you see her the same way I do then. Thank God it wasn't just me that thought she was a bad listener at times.
But I do think you should go and talk with her again about the kind of work you're doing in a bit more detail. It happens to be a job that you really care about a lot. And since you're going to be making her your wife soon, it's best that she's aware of all the things you're doing for work there, right?
That's a very good point. Alright, next time I have some free time around her, I'll tell her about my job some more.
But Gage, you don't have to tell her anything about the relationship you and I have with one another, alright? I'm sure that she'll have a lot of complaints about that.
A lot of complaints? Why would she want to complain about the relationship you and I have with one another?
Let's just say that some parts of the family are a bit more complicated than others.
Is that so? I'm not really sure what you're trying to get at there, but alright. We can always keep the relations you and I have a secret until the wedding, as a surprise.
A surprise, huh? I'm sure there will be a lot of things that will surprise a woman like Melina then. Anyway, please take another chance to talk with her about your line of work in a bit more detail. You don't have to bring me up any, just as long as you tell her about your job a bit more.
Will do. Also, there's one thing I'd like to ask of you. Would that be alright?
There's something you want to ask me? What is it? Melina, I took a lap around and wasn't able to find my seat anywhere. I thought I made sure to say yes to coming on your RSVP. By the way, it seemed that your seat wasn't even on the family's side, but on the side of the wedding where my groom's family will be seated. I'm not sure what happened with the planner or whoever that made them think they could have you seated over there, but don't you worry. I made sure to get rid of that seat for you. What? You got rid of the seat that was set for me? I didn't think that you'd really even want to come to my wedding anyway, and so I made sure to go and get rid of your seat for you. I'm so kind, aren't I? But the thing is, I said that I'd be coming here today on the RSVP to your wedding, right? I don't know how getting rid of my seat when I said that I would be coming makes you a very kind person. You're a real pain in my back, aren't you? Then blame the wedding planner, coordinator, whoever for this one. They weren't the ones that did any of this, though, as you just said it yourself that you got rid of my seat. Or maybe there was never even a seat here for me in the first place because you told them not to set it. Sorry for forgetting to set up a seat for a wheelchair-bound freak like you. If you really want to stick around and watch my wedding today, you can go to the back to stand and watch. What's it gonna be? I'm going home. You really have no grit, do you? I just forgot about your seat was all. So don't hold any of this against me, all right? Also, make sure not to tell anyone else about this, okay? Well, it's not like anyone is going to believe what a cripple in her wheelchair has to say to them anyway, right? They're all going to be focused on my cute little figure standing up here in my wedding dress today and would never want to go against me. I wonder about that. I'm heading home now, and I don't think that you and I will ever be seeing one another again. I have put up with you for a long while now, but this time what you did was far too much for me. From now on, I'm no longer going to forgive you for what you do and say. What's going on there? No matter what you have to say to me, cripple, it's not going to scare me into respecting you. Or are you trying to threaten me? Well, that's never going to work on me because, I don't give a crap about whatever you have to say about me. And I like to think it's going to be me that never has to see you in your wheelchair ever again. That's exactly right. And that is why from now on, I'm going to do as I please. But for today, I'm heading home. As for your wedding, let's just hope it ends well for you guys. Isabel, answer your phone! Things are not going well at all for me right now. What do you want? Where are you right now? I told you half an hour ago that I was heading home, so I've gone home. I don't have anything to talk with you about, so I'm not answering your calls, and I'm not going to text with you for much longer either. We're no longer meeting with one another or talking with one another. Hey, this isn't about any of that right now. This is about you being the CEO of the company my fiancé is currently working for? Are you seriously his CEO? Ah, so you're finally finding out about that? Gage was telling me that we could keep all of that a secret from you until today so that we could surprise you and all. But now you've been surprised by that news in the worst way at the worst time, right? What the heck? A surprise? So you really are his CEO then? So you were never lying to me about ruining your own company when you told me about it before? Why did you think that I was ever lying when I said those things to you? There's no reason to be making lies about something like running a company. I thought that you were just trying to say things that would make you look good, though. There's no way you can actually be the CEO of the company Gage is currently working for, though. And was today the day you were going to introduce yourself to me about that? Not just you, but everyone at your wedding due to me being not only his boss, but the person he trusts to do so. And that's why I had everything prepared in order to do so. But before I could ever do that, I was turned away from the wedding by someone who said I didn't have a seat there. There was nothing else I could do, right? You were the one that wanted me gone, so I couldn't say anything else about it. Are you still close to the wedding venue right now? Do you think that you could make your way back here? I never knew about you being my fiancé's boss, and why would I have thought you'd be the one doing all the introductions today? The thing is, we need you here, now. If you were the one Gage wanted doing all of that, then it's up to you. Gage is running around like a chicken with his head cut off, looking for you, so could you hurry up and come back here, please? Listen, Melina, did you ever listen to what Gage was telling you about the company he works at? You know, about what kinds of things it does? My company manufactures wheelchairs, and then we operate all of the stores across the country that sell them to hospitals and such. Huh? Your company manufactures wheelchairs? What? You guys don't manufacture chairs? Melina, you are really... you haven't even been listening to the things your future husband wanted to tell you about? I told Gage to go and have another talk with you about his job so that you could better understand what he does. Well, about that, I know that he was saying a bunch of things to me about it. The first thing I thought I heard from him is that his company makes chairs, and from there I didn't really care to listen anymore. So, he's manufacturing wheelchairs? What? And that's the company you own and operate? That's right. But you went and said things to me that were very upsetting and were all related to me being in a wheelchair. I've made sure to tell Gage about what you'd said, considering that I am his CEO, for one, but also because you made fun of the things that he's so passionate about working on. Huh? Hold on a sec, you're joking, right? If you went and told him all about what I was saying to you, nothing good will come of it. And he's working in a field that makes wheelchairs, meaning he won't really like the things that I said. Nothing good will come of this? I'm pretty sure you're the only one who thinks that nothing good will come from what I've done. All I was saying was things that you'd said to me before, therefore you knew what you were saying wasn't good. Hey! People are now saying that the wedding is being canceled. And I was just told by Gage before he ran off that he no longer wants to see my face or talk to me ever again. How the hell are you going to take responsibility for this? This is all your fault, 100%. You're blaming me? So you still don't understand just how toxic of a person you really are deep down? Huh? You're calling me toxic now? All of those things that you were saying about me and all of the other people who have some sort of a disability and are in a wheelchair was going to get you in trouble with him, right? I think the only person who's to blame for all of this is you, since you were the one saying all those things. So why are you trying to blame me now? But you went and said all those unnecessary things to him, right? Had you just not done that, then this wedding would be fine and we'd all be happy. You're sure that's not all happening because you told me to go stand in the back and watch, even though I'm in a wheelchair? And then you told me to leave, so that's what I did. I was asked by Gage why I went home, and I gave him the honest reason for that. I explained everything that led up to this point. Why didn't you say some kind of lie about that so he wouldn't get upset at me? Are you having fun ruining my wedding today? Hey, how about you stop trying to put the blame on me and shut up? Melina, not taking responsibility for all of this is impossible now. You making fun of me for being in a wheelchair and the outcome of your wedding are all because of you. You said and did those things to me, therefore you are to blame for them. For a woman like you, stuck in a wheelchair, you have really gone and messed up my wedding and my relationship with Gage now. I can't believe this. Look, once again, you're going and making fun of me for being in a wheelchair, right? Melina, you called me unemployed trash multiple times because I can't walk, right? However, I'm the one running a company over here. Gage has been working for my company for 5 years now, and my company happens to be very large. Now, what was it you do again? What? What's it that I do? You seem to have a ton of fun picking on me like that, so what about yourself? What kind of work do you do? If my memory proves correct, you don't happen to have a job right now, right? I don't have one right now, but that has nothing to do with you, does it? Then wouldn't that mean you have no right at all calling me unemployed like you had been for a while now? Because, you're not doing anything at all right now. I always told you that I was going to work over and over again. Who the hell cares? I'm going to become a housewife now anyway. You will? You still actually think you're going to become a housewife? I heard you say that your wedding is being canceled now and that your fiancé no longer wants to marry you, though. Wait, I don't actually think that Gage was being serious then. Things are just getting a little bit crazy here is all, and we'll go back to normal soon. Gage is not that kind of person, Melina. To me, he seems to have lost faith in you now and no longer loves you. Which means that the feelings he had for you up until today are gone now and won't ever be coming back, right? This is not good at all. I'm not going to let you get away with any of this, Isabel. I'm going to cut ties to you. Please do that, actually. I was planning on doing that to you already, so everything should work out perfectly now. And my husband is planning on doing the same thing to you. Huh? Your husband? Are you talking about my brother? Who else would my husband be? Why would he want to cut ties to me as well now? He and I are brother and sister, so something like that is impossible. And by the way, Isabel, you're a part of my family as well, so you should think twice about all of this, right? Why the hell are you trying to destroy my wedding and chance of getting married? The only one that's gone and destroyed those two things are you, though. And the reason your brother, my husband, wants to cut ties to you now is because he wants to. What? This was all his idea in the first place. Thomas said that this was his idea? I knew it would be a pain in the butt to have to go through all of this, so up until today, I never said anything to him about the way you talk to me. But today, you kicked me out of your wedding of all things. Had I not told him and Gage the truth, then neither one of them would have been able to grasp what happened to me right. That's why I explained everything that had happened to me to them. And I'm telling them everything you're saying to me right now as well. You're lying, right? Thomas asked me why I never told him any of these things about you before today. He said that had he told me sooner, he could have done something about your unforgivable behavior. I told him that before I still had some faith in you and that you'd change and start to be open with me. But that never happened, and things ended in the worst possible way. So from now on, don't expect to be seeing your brother and I anymore. How dare you go telling my own brother about all of this? You're a jerk! I hope you haven't gone and told my parents about any of this. You still haven't, right? I think my husband's going to do that for me. I would never go and say things like this to your parents when he can do it all for me. But maybe it will have to be the both of us that explain this to them, since both he and I no longer want to be around you and will no longer be talking to you either. Wait, don't do that! You're going to make me look bad in front of everyone! Why are you doing all of this to me? You're asking me that? You and I have nothing to do with one another anymore. Now, I'm sorry to hear about what's happening to your wedding. Go and change that horrible attitude of yours, please, before trying to get married again. How about you begin to realize that it's you, the unemployed asshole of a child, that's trash, and not the paraplegic CEO? Isabel, why are you not answering any of my calls lately? I am in serious trouble right now. I've been trying to contact my brother about all of this as well, but he won't respond to me. He told me that he doesn't plan to rely on you anymore, so don't expect anything else from him. Isabel, I've thought about everything and am really sorry now, so could you please talk with Gage and tell him to give me another chance? If he doesn't come back to me, I'm not going to have the marriage I've been dreaming of, and I won't have a job. I'm being abandoned by my family one by one, and it sounds like my parents are going to kick me out of their house soon. If I don't have any money or a place to stay, what am I going to do? Melina, you said it yourself, didn't you? You told me that you can actually walk, which means you can get a job wherever you please. Which means you should just be fine without your parents' house and their money, right? I know I said that back then, but I might have been wrong, per se. I have no idea what you're talking about right now. By the way, none of this has anything to do with me. And it sounds like Gage has moved out of his old place and is long gone now, so could you please stop trying to find him? Stop acting like a lost child and get a job already, Miss Unemployed Lowlife. If you have all that time to be talking poorly about others, then how about using it instead to fix your own problems?
Did you hear anything else from Melina? I think she might have texted you again, so I'm sorry about that.
I told her to stop trying to stalk you, so I'm sure that's going to be enough from her now. I think it's getting pretty close to that point where she'll open her eyes and see the reality for what it is.
It's too bad I was never able to become a part of your family. But at least I didn't have to marry someone who never cared about you as their sister-in-law.
And as far as I'm aware, you're still like family to me. If there is ever anything you need from me, you just say something and my husband and I will be there.
Will do. And next time, I'm going to make sure the woman I want to marry actually listens to me and understands my line of work. Till that time comes, I'm going to get right back to work and give it 110%.
Hearing that from you makes me really happy and proud of you. I guess that means you're really going to continue being my company's ace then, right?
Of course! I'll work as hard as I need to in order to keep the company strong. Isabel, thank you so much for being such a close CEO to me.
And thank you for being both a good businessman of mine and a great friend. I'm so happy to have someone like you in my life who not only understands the importance of things like wheelchairs, but also understands the people who use them. Gage, thank you. After Gage was able to move to the other side of town, he was no longer stalked by Melina and was able to return to the life he had before going out with her. Melina, however, had a much harder time getting past what she'd done and moving on with her life, having to now support herself. The day that the wedding was canceled and Gage walked out with all of his family, she broke down and ended up destroying a lot of furniture at the wedding venue before her dad came and stopped her. She was taken back home by him and her mom, but not before the venue staff handed her a large bill for the wedding and told her that they'd be charging her for all the things she'd broken later. After getting home, both her parents told her that they'd pay for the wedding, not because it was their responsibility, but because it was the last thing they'd ever do for her. And so a few days later, when the bill came in the mail asking for her to pay for all the damages she caused, her parents kicked her out of their house and disowned her. I never planned on meeting with Melina ever again after that day, but from what some of the family has told me about her, she's moved off to go and live in this really cheap company housing while working in what seems to be a bit of a shoddy office building. Somehow it seems she's making things work out, but only barely when you're thinking about her living conditions. I can't tell if her now having a job means that she'll be paying that wedding venue the money they'd asked for, but I really hope she does, since it is really the optimum choice for her. I'm sure that wedding fiasco was really embarrassing for her, but I like to think it was a great way of finally getting her to realize the wrongs of her ways. I'm very thankful my husband never turned out the kind of person she was, and has always supported and defended me. And I can feel that our lives are going to be a whole lot better now with her no longer being a part of them. Recently in Gage's life, he's come across this new girl in the office, and they've both started dating. And as both his boss and his friend, I'm rooting for him, knowing that she will not be anything like the toxic mess that his ex was. He and I haven't really talked about this much yet, but I'm thinking after he gets married with her and everything, I'm going to surprise him by paying for their honeymoon, no matter where they choose to go. That's the least I can do for him after all he's given to my company, and after what he had to go through as well at his previous wedding.
Tiana, where did you just head off to? I can't seem to find you anywhere now. I just took a walk around the place with some of your family, and we can't find you anywhere.
Huh? Stop making me sound like a ninja that just vanished out of thin air. Are you not happy that I got up and left the funeral like that just then? The funeral's all over with now, so you shouldn't have any complaints with me going home, right? I did my job as the wife of Michael by being there, so what more could you ask of me?
I don't care that you want to go home now. Honestly, that's totally fine, considering how exhausted you must be now after everything. But I feel kind of sad that you left Jack here all alone like this.
He's not all alone right now. He has you there still to look after him, right?
I understand that I'm still here, but he's only 3 years old, okay? Nobody else here besides myself and our parents have met him before, so he's probably a bit uncomfortable. He was walking around looking for you for a bit there with tears in his eyes because you left him.
He's a kid, and that's what kids his age will do. If you continue to spoil them with always trying to cater to their tears, they'll grow up to become spoiled brats and useless adults. I've been thinking about things a lot recently.
Is that right? Understood. Then for a little bit, I'll take care of him for you. But could you please come back and get him before you take off?
I won't, but I'm happy to hear that you'll take care of him for me. Now you'll be able to feel a little bit more like a mother yourself, right?
What?
I mean, you're still single, aren't you? You also don't happen to be all that good looking, and it's starting to look as though you'll never have a family of your own if you don't find a man to marry right now. Aren't you happy to even be able to care for a child? That's an experience that most women like you will never be able to have their whole entire life, so be grateful, would you?
Why are you trying to bully me about that right now?
I'm not trying to bully you, rather just tell you the way things are. I don't think someone like yourself will ever be able to get married to anyone. You're a bit clumsy of a woman after all, and that's on top of you not looking great at all to begin with. But I guess that's the case when you're the little sister of a man like Michael.
What exactly do you mean by that?
I mean, when it comes to him, he was also a bit clumsy and a pretty uncool man because of it. He was also very stingy with his money, and he never did anything for his wife, making him a pretty useless husband all in all.
Honestly, him passing away like that has really made things easier for myself now that I won't have to think about going through a divorce. Today is the day of his funeral, Tiana. What kind of nerves do you have to be saying something like that right now? I happen to still be his wife, so I have the right to say whatever I want about him, right? But I am thankful for what he'd done for me.
Thankful for what?
I'm thankful that he's allowed me to gather all of this money from you guys as gifts for his funeral today. With this, I'll now be able to run away from this small little boring town he forced me to live in.
You bitch. How unsightly. And what do you mean, get away from this town?
I meant what I said. Did you really think I enjoyed sticking around this town with Michael not choosing to divorce him? The moment he really became ill, I started to really look forward to his death. I have his life insurance in my hands now, as well as all this money you've all given for his funeral, which means I have the ability to get out of this hellhole now.
You rotten bitch!
There also happens to be Jack, though, right? Which means as a part of the family, you all will be helping to take care of him by sending me money, right? In other words, I'm pleased by this outcome. I'm sure that Michael's looking down right now with a massive grin on his face because of how happy I am.
Unbelievable. I'm going to tell the whole family about everything you just said about Michael. And about the real monster you've been deep down.
Sure, go right ahead. I'm not going back to that funeral now, and I'll be out of everyone's sight sooner than you think.
What? What do you mean by that? I know you were talking about leaving town, but what about your son? What about Jack?
Now that my husband is gone, I'm tossing my kid out of my life as well, and I'm going to live a free life again. I've left him there with all of you guys, so you can go ahead and take care of him for me.
You're going to regret doing something like that.
I most definitely will not. I've been having to bear with all of you, waiting for a day like today to finally come, so I won't regret a thing.
Are you really okay with what you're about to do then? Throwing away all the ties you have to this family and your son like that?
Actually, I'm really happy about it. As long as I can get away from all of you in this crappy town for good, I'll be happy forever. I've never really been close to your family anyway, and I always viewed Michael and your family as really lame as well. I feel like I've finally cut those chains that you tied me down with.
So you're really never going to be seeing any one of us again then?
And that's because I don't want to. Now, with all of that, I can leave Jack in your hands forever now, right?
That damn bitch, Tiana. How dare she freaking do this? Esta, I'm so very sorry that you've had to hear all that crap from her firsthand.
Don't be. I'm in shock after what I'd heard, but I'll be all right. I never really had good relations with her from the start, so all of this doesn't really faze me, besides the surprise of seeing her leave her son like this.
She has a totally crap attitude, that woman. Honestly, the only thing I can say about her anymore is that she's rotten to the core.
Yeah, she is.
Ever since she was a little girl, she always looked down on and talked poorly about everyone else. She somehow learned to think that was okay to see herself as the best, and that everyone else was just getting in her way. She's become that kind of person that tramples on others to get what she wants, no matter how badly she hurts them. And when I got scammed really badly in the past, she treated me like I was mentally handicapped.
I remember that, when you got scammed really bad like that. And now that I think about it, the culprit still hasn't been caught.
Well, all that is a subject of talk for another day, I suppose. But when it comes to Tiana, she's always been a stain on this family's reputation. To think she'd do something as embarrassing as this to you all, though.
It really makes me sad thinking that my older brother got married to a witch like her. I wonder how things were for him when he was still alive and had to sleep in the same bed as her.
Michael had always been the kind to look past people's faults. I wanted to talk with him a lot, brother-in-law to brother-in-law, but he never seemed too upset about the way his wife behaved when he was around.
I know, and that's because he was a very kind person all the way to his heart.
Anywho, I'm going to talk with all of my family about what Tiana's done as well. Honestly, if this means that we never ever have to see her or hear from her again, that will help us all out a ton.
You really think so?
I really do. Even before marrying your brother, she had a hard time handling things like money. And the way she treated everyone else was obviously a problem. My parents and everyone were already on the path to cutting ties with her, But now that she's running off, we can totally forget about her coming back to us.
That's a good point. If she stays away from all of us forever and we never have to see her again, that's the best outcome.
That's right. She's a rotten soul, that bitch.
Hey, Esta, would you be able to give me my son back now? What? Is this you, Tiana? After all this time has gone by, why the hell are you wanting to talk to me again now? What kind of tone is that? I just asked for my son back, so give him back to me. You've had 6 years now to enjoy raising a child of your own, right? I want to know what the hell you're talking about right now. I have no plans of ever giving Jack back to you. You can act like he's your son all you want and that you don't have to give him back, but that's just a false reality you're living in. Listen, Esta, that kid is not yours and rightfully belongs to his real mother. And when his real mother is asking for her kid back, you give him back to her. And you think asking for him back now actually means anything to anyone? What is this? What the hell are you planning to do with him? I guess I've got no other options then. Alrighty. All right. You really need that much money from me then? Excuse me? That's your goal with all of this right now, isn't it? I get what you're after. I get it. So how much do you want from me? Take a second to just say the number and we'll see what I can do. This has nothing to do with money, Tiana. No matter how much you hand over to me, I'm not letting you take Jack back. The fact that you're trying to act so tough right now means nothing to me because I'm getting that boy back. Do you even have any money right now that would allow you to just pay me what I ask? In the past, you were in such financial trouble that you'd go around to everyone in the family begging for more. Well, right now, I'm married to the owner of a large company. What? And this large company happens to be making bank for him. So when it comes to money, I'm not worried at all. Then why are you asking for a kid you abandoned long ago back from me now? Well, the thing is, my husband is asking for us to have a kid now, but I don't want to have to go through all the trouble of getting pregnant again and having another one, right? And that's when I thought about how I already have a little brat back in my hometown. You are awful. I'm not going to hand Jack over to someone like you. So just give up right now and go away. Huh? I have no reason to give up someone like my son, right? Well, I'm still being kind to you. Hand my kid over and I'll leave you be. No way. Just give up already and go make a kid with your new husband. Oh, I guess I'll just have to come and get him in person then. What? Hey, who the hell is this kid? What the hell happened to my Jack? Where is my son at right now? That kid you just saw is Jack. Stop lying to me. If he was really Jack, then why did he look at me screaming, "Who's that?" at the top of his lungs? He has a really blunt attitude, doesn't he? Screaming something like that at an adult he has no clue about and doesn't care for? I'm not talking about his attitude when it came to screaming that. I'm questioning why he wasn't aware of who I am in the first place. Why doesn't he remember me at all? It's been 6 years since he's last seen you, right? And at that time, he was only 3 years old and barely spent time with you. So it's no surprise that he doesn't know who the hell you are now. What the hell does he think he's doing forgetting about his own mother like that? Is that brat really trying to play games with me now or something? Anyway, you understand how things are now after that, right? He doesn't care about someone like you like he did when he was 3 and won't be going with you. I don't care if he knows me or not. I am his real mother. And seeing you try to act like his actual mother still makes me laugh. Why do you think I'm going to give you Jack back now? After the way you threw him and the rest of your family out, things aren't going to go your way. My husband Richard is asking for a kid. He told me he needs at least one son so that he has someone to leave his company with in the future. I was thinking about having another baby, but that would be a pain in my ass. And since my first son is 8 or 9 years old now, I won't have to raise him like a toddler anymore, making things easy for me. What kind of a rotten reason is that? Taking back the son you abandoned so long ago for a reason like that is terrible for him. Oh, come on. Seeing him have to suffer another day with a woman who isn't even his mother like that is terrible for the kid. You've pretty much gone and unlawfully taken my son, haven't you? What did you just say? If you keep on acting like a selfish prick about my son, then I'm going to call my husband. Can you even imagine the kind of money and power a man of his status has right now? What kind of threat is that? I don't really care what you call and tell your husband about. Go right ahead and tell him everything I've said about Jack. So, you're really all right with that then? Then I guess I'll have to call him over to your place right now to deal with you. When he hears me pleading for him to come out and help me get my son back, he'll be here before you know it. Are you really sure he's the CEO of a company then? Him being able to come at the cry of your voice means he must have a lot of time on his hands. He will put all of his other duties aside when he hears me calling for him, is what I'm saying. All right, there we go. I just dialed in his phone number and I'm calling him now. He just picked up. And he's coming by a taxi right now. Oh man, I don't know what he's going to do to you now. And I don't care. Ugh. Has he come yet, Tiana? He has. He came all the way out here from his very busy job. Now you hurry it up and open the door to your house right now. Hold on. Is that guy really the owner and operator of a company? Why did he show up in such a lively-looking shirt? When you get to that level that Richard is at, you don't have to wear things like suits anymore. Did you always think that when you become an adult, you always had to wear business attire or something? That's what I expected from someone living out in the middle of nowhere. You're from the same place as me. And when it comes to your husband, he's so suspicious looking that I'm not opening this door to you guys. If you don't open this door, then I'm not sure what'll happen, all right? I have no clue at all what Richard could do when he becomes angry. That kind of man runs a massive company that makes a lot of money. He is way too fishy to me. So could you both please get off my property right now? I will call the police on you both if you don't walk away right now. Go right ahead and give them a call. I'd love to have them come here. All we're doing is standing in front of your house at the front door. We're not even ringing your doorbell or anything, so there's no crime the police could have us arrested for, right? Ugh. Now that you can see we're not afraid of you, come out and give us back Jack. Don't waste any more of our time, please. When it comes to Richard, his time is one of his most important resources. Wait, what? Why are the police?
Hey, you. Did you have any idea who that man was before you started to go out with him and get married?
Danny? Hey, what the hell is going on right now? Why is Richard being taken away by the police right now?
Just answer the goddamn question for me, please. Do you have any clue what kind of man that guy is?
You know that I know the kind of man he is. He's a CEO of a very massive company that's made him hundreds of thousands of dollars so far, and he is filthy, stinkin' rich.
And do you know what kind of company he's running?
Well, that's the one thing I don't really know about. I hear that it has something to do with space or something like that. He told me that he's developed some really amazing technology for space through his company.
And what kind of technology is that, which is so amazing in connection with space? I'm sure you don't have an answer to that because the man you've been with happens to be a scammer.
What?
I was scammed by that asshole a while back. A year ago, my friends and I were talked to about investing in something of his that he'd said he'd make us a ton of money doing. But that never ended up happening, and he took all the money we gave him. We weren't even the first or the last people he had scammed, as he hit many other people to the point the police were right on his trail and ready to act when he came back out of hiding.
Wait, there has to be some kind of misunderstanding here, right? Richard would never be someone like a scammer. He should be released by those cops any minute now.
Take a look at reality, please. Is there any evidence at all that he's given to you that points to him being the CEO of some massive company? Do you have evidence that points to him having a lot of money either?
Shut up already, Danny. Richard is not some kind of a dirty scammer.
The only reason he wants a kid right now is for the money they would provide him, I'm sure. And I think he's assuming that by having a kid around him, it'll be less likely that anyone would suspect him of anything, give him even more of their money.
Why do you keep saying things like that? There is no way in hell that could be the case. My husband happens to really love kids.
No, he does not. When he went and scammed my friends and I, he brought along this kid with him.
What?
He told us at that time that it was his son's bring your kid to work day at school, and that's why he was along with him. He told us that boy was his.
You're lying. No way.
He's a professional liar, Tiana. Now stop trying to fight the truth and accept it already. He's gone and lied to you as well, and nothing more than that.
But he's my husband of all people. He would never lie to someone like his wife, would he?
Tell me, how many years have the two of you been together now?
How long have we... About 4 months or so now?
Jesus Christ. Whatever, I guess. I don't have to prove anything to you, because the police will be able to do that for me pretty soon here. For the time being, the rest of the family and I are going to continue keeping ties cut to you. So don't expect any of us to help you out later on.
Today I'm going to head back home, but you remember all of this, all right? I'm going to be back for that kid and make sure that I have him in my house again. Hey, Esta, I'm giving up on Jack now, as long as you go ahead and lend me some money. Huh? Right now, you and the family are working together to take care of Jack, right? Which means that if you're also living together with the family, then you have a lot of money saved up. What the actual hell are you talking about? You get what I'm saying, right? I want you to lend me some money. Richard got arrested and things have been going crazy for me. And why do I have to help you get out of that situation? You and I both hate each other, right? You and I are not enemies, we're family. I never knew that Richard was a scammer like Danny was saying he is. That makes me a victim to his lies as well now, right? Is that so? Please help me. I thought that Richard would be able to pay everything off for me and went and had a spending frenzy with my credit cards. I'm in a lot of debt right now and have been removed from the house I was living in. Right now, I'm in a seriously tough situation and need someone to help me out here. Which is why I won't bother with getting Jack back as long as you lend me some money. You won't bother with Jack? That's only because you and your scamming husband don't need him anymore, right? What? To you and your husband, all Jack is a tool that you both plan to exploit. You just wanted to take him away from us for your husband. Actually, it's at the point now where if we said we would give him to you, you wouldn't take him, right? Come on now, that doesn't matter anymore, does it? You've been single all your life, but were given the gift of raising a child, so isn't this outcome perfect for you? You can have even more fun with Jack, right? Like you've been having these past 6 years. And since things have been so good for you with him, you can thank me for giving birth to him, right? Shut the hell up already. I'm not going to sit here and listen to you talking poorly about someone like Jack any longer. Huh? Wait, I wasn't trying to talk poorly about him. You are, though. How much more are you going to talk about Jack like he's just an item? There's no value in helping you out. Goodbye forever. Hold on a second. Why are you getting so mad at me all of a sudden? I'm the one that wants to get all upset right now and rage. Then go ahead and get mad. I don't care what you do and never will. But no matter how much you sit there screaming your eyes out, everyone around you is just going to laugh and point. What? What the hell did you just say about me? And what the hell have you been saying to me? I'm not going to sit here listening to you talking about my family like that. I was able to bear you talking about my older brother horribly in the past, but not anymore. I will not let you get off easy this time. Hold on, I get it, all right? I'll apologize to you. I have a lot of problems going on right now, so would you please just listen to me? No frickin' thanks. I've had enough of you now, so screw off. What? No, wait, hold on, please. I'm asking you to please just listen to me. No, I'm done listening to you, and I'm done talking to you now. I won't allow any more of my time to be wasted on you. My time with Jack is very important to me, and it cannot be wasted on rotten monsters like yourself.
After all of that, you really helped us out. Thankfully, she showed up right as we were about to move out of there.
No worries, Danny, and thank goodness for that. From what it looks like, she still hasn't realized we left and is still just hanging around the place waiting for us.
And that means we really were able to get out of that house before she could figure out our new location. We can finally rest easily knowing that she won't be coming around again. This outcome seems to be the best for us.
And things went all right for yourself as well. That scammer who got you last year was finally caught and taken to jail.
That's right. But man, that was only a coincidence that helped him get caught, right? Thank you so much, Esta.
What? You really don't have to thank me, all right?
This time, I'm thanking you for taking care of Jack, as well as taking care of all that talking with Tiana. As you know, my family's pretty weak when it comes to drama, yet you were able to put up with all of that and tell her off. I think this was Tiana's first time ever being told off with such force, and that's why she didn't know how to react. Having someone like you around us still has really been a blessing.
Come on. I didn't really do anything extraordinary, though.
Unlike me, you are far more put together and responsible. I'm supposed to be older than you. You're even more mature.
Well, I suppose so then. After all, I wasn't the one that believed some scammer would make me a bunch of money.
Bringing that up against me is a bit much.
It was just a joke. I promised to keep taking great care of Jack for my older brother's sake. That's the one thing he'd ever ask me to do for him, I'm sure.
Thank you. If there's ever anything you are struggling with, please let my parents and I know, and we'll be there to support you.
After that, having lost both her house and all her money, Tiana was left wandering around the old house and that neighborhood in general, begging people for their money at times as they walked by. We all made sure to move away from there so that she would never be able to run into any one of us, and that's how we hope things will stay. However, for that poor woman, she'll most likely never leave that neighborhood again, in hopes that we'll one day return. I'm sure that one day, though, she'll realize that we sold the house and all, and that someone new might buy it and move in. And when that does happen, if that does happen, she'll be lost with no leads at all. Then only God will know what she'll do after that, but I'm sure it won't have anything to do with us. As for her ex-husband Richard, the mass scammer who ended up scamming close to 17 different people, he was sent to prison after a couple of court processions where he had to face those that he had scammed. In total, he would owe close to $560,000 to those 17 people. And one of those people would be Danny himself. Danny never once told anyone about how much he lost to Richard back when he was scammed, but after Danny had gotten the money back, he took his parents and myself out to eat, and boy, did he splurge on all of us. Richard is now having to serve time in prison for what he's done, and is set to stay there for close to 10 years before he's set to be let out. Maybe when that time comes, Tiana will finally be able to go after him and take him down for lying to her and putting her into so much debt. That is, of course, if she is still around to do so. As for the family and I, we all started living new chapters of our lives forgetting about Tiana. And the new place I'm living at is close to my parents' place as well, so they come over often to play with Jack and I. Danny and his parents ended up fully moving in with me now, which is quite strange to me at times since I'm not Danny's wife or anything. But that doesn't matter since they all do their part to help with Jack, as well as pay for the bills for me pretty often. Everyone in my family and Danny's family is really kind and supportive of the life I'm living now with Jack, and always have been. But sometimes I wish that Michael was back, enjoying these moments with us. However, I know that will never come to be, and so the best thing to do is move on like the rest of our family, knowing that a part of him will always be in his son. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.